Talking now to Ephraim Goldstein, a well-known Asken in the London Jewish Orthodox community. Ephraim, what brings you here tonight at the Kol Boniach event?
Tonight's Chanukah. I've been invited to come to the Kol Boniach event for many reasons. I've personally known the organization on many grounds. However, I came tonight to show my support for such a dedicated organization who's helping out thousands of people across the globe, especially in Stamford Hill, where there's hundreds of bochum who've been helped out. Teenagers who are at risk, don't have where to turn to, and when they need help, they can always call Rabbi Shapiro, who runs Kol Boniach, and he is there to assist them. If it's Shabbos or 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever the case is, he is there. This organization is in a lot of debt. I know they need to have a lot of funding. I'm here showing my support tonight. Clearly, people should support such an organization, vital. If this organization would not be here, Chas v'Shalom, who knows what would happen. This organization is continuing to keep Yiddishkeit on the right derech, and the main part is giving emotional support for those who need it at most.
Well, what I would tell them, whoever's out there watching this video, would be, whoever you are, you should just know one thing. This house is always open for you. You come over here, Rabbi Usha Shapiro, the thing with both of us has no difference where you're coming from, what you're coming from. Just enter this store number 19 and you'll be taken care of.
Tonight we've got the honor of having Kim William, the chair of the JPA, Jewish Police Association in the United Kingdom. Tonight, what brings you along to Kol Boniach Chanukah?
Well, it's a chance to hear more about this charity that's started out in Stamford Hill. It's for teenage children at risk, getting them off the streets, dealing with the problems that they have, that children in all the different communities have. And obviously being a police officer and having been a police officer for 26 years, you know, I've come across a lot of problems with children on the street that get deeper and deeper into crime, having more and more problems. And if it can have an organisation like this that comes in and deals with it as early as they can.
What would be your message to teenagers at risk on the road, and your message to the general public to help and support the organisation?
But the message to children on the street is obviously, you know, you may have made mistakes, but it's not the end of the world. You know, it may seem very hard, you know, to get in touch with an organisation, take the first steps, but it is well worth it, and you will find, you know, in the long run, it's the best thing that you could do. And obviously, to you know, any members of the public, you know, this is a very worthwhile organisation and charity, and you know, in any way that you can support it, then however small, it's well worth doing.
Thank you very much for coming. Happy Chanukah. Thank you.
Of Chanukah. Chanukah is called the Festival of Lights. The fifth night is a little bit more exciting than all the other nights. Why? Because we're half over the menorah. I'm not going to go in now to the whole story of the miracles of Chanukah, or as I saw, very simple. Every Jewish holiday basically is there was a war and we won. That is the truth. That is the fact. May God help us all, each and every one here, from the police officers, from all other people here, and all the young boys that are into new businesses now and things like that. May God help us that this light should spread into each of every one of us. And as we said, there was a war. Each and every one of us has a war. Each and every one of us has war every day. May it be in business, may it be in relationships, maybe. So may we always be the winners. Yes. Now my custom is that when I make the brachas, the blessings on the lighting, I make them very loud and I shout very loud. So nobody should think that God does not hear when you talk very quiet. We can talk to God. And as we spoke before with Richard, when we're in business, business and all the geschäft and all the deals and all the things and the offices when you're going out to catch somebody or to do a mission or something. Burich Atu Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kiddushuni b'mitzvah Yisav v'tzivuni lahadlik ner Chanukah. Burich Atu Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam She'usu nisem l'avosaini Bayomim u'hayim b'zman hazeh. Amen.
The Chief Inspector Andy Walker from Stonington Police Station. Tonight is the Chanukah party at Kol Boniach. What makes you?
Well, thank you very much for inviting me. It's very kind of you. And I think the way that we look after vulnerable people, particularly young people in our community, is really, really important. So we've heard tonight about the work that Kol Boniach are doing. I think that's really valuable, and I'm really pleased to be able to support you. And of course, I know we work closely in partnership anyway, so the fact we can be here to show our support is really important.
And Mayor, what message would you want to give for the kids on the road who are vulnerable, Kol Boniach, black people, what could the police give them a message they should know?
I mean, the message from the police would be that we know how difficult it is for people to come forward in all different communities. We know that taking that first step to actually come forward and admit that you need help and ask for help is really difficult. We rely on people and organisations such as yourselves in the community to bridge that gap, to help us bridge that gap. The police are there to support people who are vulnerable. That's fundamental part of our role. So I would encourage people to come through organisations such as yourself to us. We're there to help.
Thank you very much and happy Chanukah. Thank you for coming tonight to the annual event of Kol Boniach.
Thank you. Very nice evening.
I would like to get some feedback first of all, the purpose you're coming along to such an event. It's a great honour to have you. Let's see why you're coming to this event.
Well, I come because the rabbi is inspirational and his son Levi is inspirational. And it's always great to back people who are inspirational.
Of Kol Boniach, organizations are self-inclusion risk. What would you say to the kids on the roads, adults, teenagers at risk? What would be your message to them?
I would say you've got to find your passion, whatever your passion is. My passion was playing the drums, and I left school at 14 without any qualifications, and I played the drums, and I worked in the cloakroom up the road at Manor House for many years, and then I found selling advertising. I was good at that, and then I started a music magazine, and the rest is history.
So you've actually built yourself up from down that level at the age of 14 leaving, and you built yourself all the way up.
I don't know if you build yourself up. I mean, that's the way it was, because my parents were divorced. My father,
Personally, a difficult life.
My father unfortunately lost everything through gambling.
A lot of the kids who are on the road are from divorced families.
It's tough. It's tough. But you just got to, like I say, if you can, find your passion. And a friend of mine, Roger Daltrey, is with a group called The Who. He was a sheet metal worker. And he found music. And now he does a lot, him and I do a lot for Teenage Cancer Trust. And, teenagers are very important. It's a very important time of your life. So the point is to find your passion and work in that passion. And eventually it will come right.
Thank you very much for coming to the Chanukah party of Kol Boniach.
Thank you very much.
Council from London Borough of Hackney, thank you very much for coming tonight to the Chanukah annual event of Kol Boniach. What makes you to come along to this evening tonight?
I think it's a duty for each and every person who has any feeling whatsoever to support this unique organisation that delivers tremendous service for teens in vulnerable teens, teens who have problems. It's a unique organisation that reaches out with warmth, kindness, with all types of support, material, financial, emotional, and it's a privilege for me to be here.
What would be your message to teens at risk on the streets as we speak now?
If you can, get in touch with Kol Boniach. They're there for you. Whatever your problem is, they're non-judgmental. They'll help you where they can. They'll support you to the end. And I think that without them, there are lots of people out on the streets today who would be absolutely without hope. And I think if you are feeling that now, my message to you now is go out there and contact Kol